The month of April. April. April is the fourth month. I always think of the number 4 with April. A funny thing about April and the number 4, April 4th is International Carrot Day. All right, I'm not making this up. April is the fourth month, and April 4th is International Carrot Day, so I guess on April 4th, people around the world celebrate carrots. But this video is not about International Carrot Day. It's about another holiday in April. Actually, it is a holiday on the very first day of April. On April 1st, we celebrate April Fool's Day, a day of jokes, pranks, and silliness. I mean, did we just run out of ideas with holidays and say, hey, let's just make a joke day? Right? You know how on Halloween the custom is to go trick-or-treating, you go up to the doors and say trick or treat, and people just give you treats? Well, April Fool's Day is nothing like that. No treats, just tricks. Which is fine, because April Fool's Day isn't about candy. It's not. April Fool's Day is all about being silly, laughing, and having fun. And it is fun because people of all ages celebrate April Fool's Day. It's not just for kids. Adults love April Fool's Day too. It's fun for everyone. That's why sometimes companies and businesses will make pretend announcements on April 1st as a joke. Someone might see the announcement, forget it's April Fool's Day, and think, oh my goodness, that shoe company is going to start selling mashed potatoes. Wow, what an interesting business decision for them to make on April 1st. I mean, just think, mashed potatoes being sold in shoe stores. How magical. Have you ever been shopping for shoes and just thought, I wish with all my heart I could be eating mashed potatoes right now? No one? Just me? Or maybe an airline company might announce they are now releasing a fleet of paper airplanes, okay? Which, I don't know if anyone would fall for that one, okay? And I'll tell you why. Paper cuts. Imagine the paper cuts, okay? That would be a real concern, all right? Oh, and of course, paper airplanes can't carry people or luggage or travel long distances, okay? There's that too. The point is, on April Fool's Day, sometimes businesses and companies make fake announcements as a joke. It's meant to make us laugh. Keep your ears open, you may hear some silly things on April Fool's Day, but you'll also want to stay observant on April Fool's Day because other tricks and pranks might happen at any moment. After someone plays a trick, they usually say, April Fools. Have you heard somebody say that before? April Fools. And if it's done right, the other person laughs. The goal is to have fun. A prank I'm ready for as April Fool's Day rolls around is the fake bug prank. That's because, listen, I'm not a bug person at all, so it definitely gets a funny reaction, like a crazy reaction. But even putting this in the video and admitting that to you, I would probably still fall for it if one of my kids would plant a fake bug somewhere in our home. Here's the thing, I don't want to give you kids any ideas because many of you watch this with your parents or your teachers, and honestly, the few ideas I do have aren't that great. They really aren't. Just remember, the goal is to have fun, and that goes for the person you prank, not just you. It's not a joke if it ends up hurting others. Think, would I be okay with someone pranking me this way? If you wouldn't, then it's not something you should do. April Fool's Day should be fun for everyone. Okay, so April Fool's Day is all about being silly, laughing, and having fun. But how did it begin, right? And why is April Fool's Day celebrated on April 1st? Those mysteries will be revealed as we look at the history of April Fool's Day. It sounded really cool with a deeper voice. And I picked out fancy, historical sounding music, which is great. Okay, so a long time ago, people used to celebrate New Year's on April 1st. Yeah, isn't that interesting? People used to celebrate New Year's on April 1st. Now you might be thinking, why would they do that? Well, they had a different calendar back then. But in the 1500s, a new calendar started being used, called the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar. Think of the name Greg, okay? And then just add Orion. The Gregorian calendar. And that's the calendar we use today. When countries began using the Gregorian calendar, they moved New Year's Day to January 1st. But even after this change, some people still celebrated New Year's Day on April 1st. Either they didn't know about how New Year's Day moved, or they were just used to celebrating on April 1st and wanted to keep it that way. Well, people thought it would be funny to trick those people and joke around with them. They're like, hey, you still think this is New Year's? And it became a tradition. Years later, even though people knew about the calendar change, they continued playing tricks and jokes on April 1st. And around the world, people of all ages are still doing that today. If you are watching this before April Fool's Day or on April Fool's Day, I want to wish you a wonderful day full of laughter and fun as you joke around. Just think, people have been doing this on April 1st for over 400 years. That's pretty cool. And I think you're really cool. And that's not an April Fool's joke. That's the truth. That's the truth. Thanks for learning about April Fool's Day with me. I hope you had a great time. A couple of things real quick. First, if you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed the video, click on that subscribe button. There are so many fun videos to watch, and you can stay in the loop with new uploads. Second, I want to give a special thanks to everyone who is a patron. You all are so amazing. Membership starts at just $1, and every member gets Homeschool Pop tattoos sent to them. I address the envelopes myself. It's true. You can click the link below this video or visit homeschoolpop.com. It means so much to me, so thank you. And of course, you know this already, but you are awesome, and I cannot wait to see you on the next learning video.